Welcome back. This week on KCAT, we have information about Power Hour that started this week. We will be getting intel from Officer Bohannon about drinking and driving. We will also catch up with the prom candidates, and on Gabe's Game Recap, we will be getting scores on the games that happened this week. I'm Reagan Williams, and KCAT News starts right now. Mulvane High School started a new thing during lunch called Power Hour. Emily Barker caught up with some students about what they thought about it.
Power Hour is first confusing at first because I wasn't used to the hours, but now I'm used to it and it's really fun and you actually get to get work done.
It's actually going better than we thought it would. We were a little worried about it, so we're happy with it. The kids seem to be enjoying coming back here, so everyone seems to be happy.
Several students have come in for help during Power Hour. It seems to really be working very well.
I think Power Hour started off on the right foot. I think we're heading in the right direction. I think right now the biggest question or concern is just students using the time for academic purposes, which is a little difficult to do in April. I think that'll be something that we really see the benefit of in September. When it comes to trash and the students behaving, I think we've done a good job with that so far, and I hope to see that continue.
Thanks, Emily. Promise tomorrow. Bryn Cole caught up with Officer Bohannon about what will happen if you drink and drive.
With prom and after prom this Saturday, we have a public service announcement to inform you about the risks and consequences about drinking and driving. So we sat down with Officer Bohannon to get all the details.
When I place somebody in custody, I always have to handcuff them. After the handcuff, I have to do a pat down for weapons. You're placed in the rear of my patrol car to transport you down to the police department. Minors, I always ask what parent they want me to call. When we get down to the police department, we walk in and I place you in the booking room. I will handcuff you to the desk and we will begin the booking process. For juveniles, there's a few extra forms. You have to fill out an assessment to make sure you're not having mental issues. After that, I will take your fingerprints. I do each hand twice. After that, I do your palms. At that point, those will be submitted to the state where your record will be held. I will allow you to comb your hair, but we have to take a mug shot that I don't like to see. Once that is finished, I will cuff you back to the table and we will determine at that point if you will be released to your parents or if you'll be transported to JIAC, which would be the juvenile intake, which is equivalent to jail for kids. When we call your parents, I allow them to come in and you can sit and they can be part of the discussion. You will get to hug mom or dad goodbye before I take you away in the patrol car.
Another tool that is used to reinforce the importance of eliminating underage drinking is drunk goggles.
You gotta run to the chair and sit down.
Okay.
Set go.
I'm ready.
Here. Oh.
This is why me and Julie don't like that. Catch it. Here we go.
The wall is so freaking close.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I already did my 9.
And then
More than 375 students died during prom season in alcohol-related accidents, so make sure you're not one of them. Bryn Cole, KCAT News.
Thanks, Bryn. Before prom, Austin Fonenstiel caught up with the prom candidates, asking them about what they think.
There once was a high school just one day away from prom. Everything was ready. All they needed was to get to know their candidates for the prom court. Luckily, KCAT was able to round up the 8 seniors for an interview. This is the Prom Court 2018. Starring our Queen candidates, Autumn Cole, Skylar Darnell, Brooklyn Egan, and Connor Hershey. In our teen candidates, Ethan Boo, Jonathan Hankins, Kyler Long, and Kyler Vandergiesen. Congratulations, guys, on being nominated for the homecoming court. Unfortunately, Kyler Vandergiesen could not join us here today, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and interview the other 7 candidates. So we're going to start off with Skylar. What was your initial reaction when you found out you were a homecoming candidate?
Well, I was sitting in college algebra, getting my stuff out. They announced my name, and I was like, all right, cool. This is awesome.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know, and I left school, and then I checked my phone when I got home, and my mom and my sister both said congratulations, so I was like, for what? And then that's how I found out, and I was like, awesome.
I was in topics, and everyone congratulated me, because Kyler was also in there, but he's not in here.
I didn't really have a reaction. I just had everybody cheering because I got it, and then Finn started making fun of me, but that's it.
Well, what did he say?
He just started cracking up and then said, congrats.
All right. So who did you tell first and why?
I think I texted my parents in our group chat. And I was like, hey, I'm a candidate. And my mom's like, congrats. And my dad said, you're still a loser. So
I'm sure he's just giving you a hard time, right?
probably not.
I told my mom, and she was really, really excited.
I told my dog first. I did.
What did he say?
He didn't say much. He was very supportive, though. Gave him a hug. Yeah. And then I told my mom. She's pretty excited, so yeah.
What is it that you are most looking forward to about being a prom candidate or just going to prom in general?
I just really like dressing up, so because I don't do it very often.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for too, is just dressing up and spending time with friends.
All right.
I really like food, so my favorite part is just eating before prom.
It's my favorite's probably going to dinner before.
Do you know where you're going right now?
No.
No, you haven't made those plans yet?
No.
I'm not very prepared.
Not that there's anything wrong with eating at Wendy's. Their 4 for 4 is delicious.
That's true.
That's true.
You can answer this question either way. What is it that you're most nervous or excited about?
Standing up in front of everyone. And if I do win the kiss, probably I'm going to be like shaking up there. I'll be like, I'm so sorry. It's going to be like your first kiss all over again, pretty much.
Well, if I win, I think that it'd be really nerve-wracking to kiss someone in front of everyone.
I just don't want to trip.
Wait a minute. You don't want to trip? You're wearing heels?
Well, no, like there's stairs, and I helped decorate prom last year, and we were that stage is pretty not built well.
Okay, to be honest, I'm not really that nervous about any of it. Just think it's going to be fun.
Do you guys have any other special memories with any of the candidates?
My homeboy Kyler, me and him, we grew up together. Kindergarten, taking it back, they had a birthday party at YMCA. All of them were tall enough to ride the slide, but me. So I cried on his mom's shoulder. She has a tattoo back there, too, like on the backside right there, you somewhere. I cried on his shoulder. Me and Ethan are going to Cali together. Baseball and softball.
Okay, future memory.
Whenever we were little, me and Connor were like best friends, and we would always eat on her stairs. We wouldn't eat at the table. We would always eat on her stairs. So, yeah.
When we were little, Autumn and I played soccer together, and my dad would always call her September because of her name. I don't know.
Okay, my favorite memory is probably whenever we were in like 7th or 8th grade, and we had Miss Wareheim together, me and Skylar, and she...
Wait, Wareheim?
We had Miss Wareheim together, and she threw a marker at her and broke her glasses, and then threw a ball at her and told her to catch it, and she didn't catch it. It's probably my best memories.
We just went skiing for spring break. Kyler Vandergiesen, he's not here, but he was with me, and that was a good time.
With this year's theme being Hollywood, what are your thoughts on this?
I hope Kim K is there.
Well, I just like the theme, I guess. It sounds like it'll be good.
It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining me here. Who will win and be crowned the king and queen of the 2018 prom? There's only one way to find out, by going to prom this Saturday from 8 to 11 p.m. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Austin. This week on Gabe's Game Recap, Gabe will be getting us intel on scores from girls soccer, track, softball, and baseball.
Thanks, Reagan. On Thursday, March 29th, the JV golf team traveled to Chaparral Mulvane placed third out of 8 teams, with Gerald Collier having a score of 50 and Jacob Gilbert with a score of 51. The girls' soccer teams hosted Circle, with JV falling short 2-0, and then varsity winning a hard-fought battle 1-0, with the lone goal coming from Colby McDaniel. Then on April 2nd, the varsity golf team traveled to Andover. We couldn't get any results on team placements, but individually, Gage Milan had a score of 97, and Tyler Fox had a score of 101. The baseball and softball teams hosted the Augusta Orioles. The varsity baseball teams fell short in both games, 8-5 in the first and then 7-6 in the second. JV also fell in a hard-fought battle in the first game, 7-5. Then they couldn't hang on in the second, losing 12-6. On the softball side, varsity fell in the first game, 13-3, then came back with a hard-fought battle in the second, losing 10-8. JV couldn't keep up in both games, falling 8-1 in the first, then 16-1 in the second. The girls' soccer teams traveled to Collegiate. JV won 2-0, with goal scorers being Alicia Wallace and Sean Neptune, and then varsity won 1-0, with Colby McDaniel scoring the lone goal. On April 3rd, the soccer teams hosted Winfield. JV team fell 2-1, with Sean Neptune having the lone goal. Then varsity won 3-0 with 2 goals from J.C. Johnston and then the other one from Colby McDaniel. On April 4th, the track and field team had their only home meet of the season. Chase Millage placed first in the boys' pole vault. The girls 4x8 placed first. Jaden Price placed first in the boys' 100 meter. Then the boys 4x1 placed first. Anna Moon placed first in the girls' 800 meter. Then Jaden Price placed first again, but this time in the boys' 200 meter. And the girls 4x4 finished off in first. That's it for this week's edition of Gabe's Game Recap. Gabe Daniel, KCAT News.
Thanks, Gabe. Stay tuned next week for more sports scores and insights from the hypnotist that will be at After Prom. That ends this week of KCAT News. As always, thanks for watching KCAT and have a safe weekend.
My cord seems to hit people in the face.
Wait, what? The question was what?
Will you do the traditional homecoming... shut up. I'm reading off a paper that's a couple months old here.
I really don't know what to say.
Will you do the traditional prom king and queen kiss if you win?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Well, like more than likely.
What's more than likely?
Probably. Like most likely.
Like 75% sure?
Like probably.
That's fine. Just leave us in suspense. That's the best way to go, right?
Yep. Gotta keep them guessing.
Thanks for watching.